Raleigh and now works as a state library assistant. She dances with a Southern Appalachian style clogging team, the Carolina Heartland Cloggers, and enjoys learning other dances and folk traditions. However, writing is the craft that she always returns to in the hope of inspiring and bringing more people to appreciate contemporary poetry. So I think we've got a good start here.
And it's pronounced Corrie, by the way. Okay, I have 4 poems I'm going to read. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
The first is called Roots Go Wander. The trees were young for trees, and we, discovering adulthood, followed footpaths above their roots, wandering through our own. We stared into the ponds we never swam in, only fished or poked sticks into, strangling seaweeds, hoping for frogs or an old boot. She told me she missed the South, missed old things she felt a part of, like Mama's button jar, the clicks of hard plastic our fingers ran through, each one their very own. The rusting plow we ran behind, searching for rocks like treasures in tilled soil, to toss aside so potatoes could grow deep and corn tall. This, our history. We rose from the bamboo bench, and autumn chill hastened our hike towards home, where steam rose from simmering pots of pumpkin, blueberry, sweet potato. Smells we wished for when nights like winter left us cold, and we counted on Mama's arms until morning. A new nest in early winter. We fill our homes hopefully. Careful each step receives us, like ghost arms of distant mothers and grandmothers smelling faintly of cold cream and lavender. Turn, and trees span windows, blinds raised so sun reminds us of real light, and squirrels run limbs like tight-roped webs. Turn and hear the record spinning, crackling, and Aretha, like love, takes us by surprise. A voice so smooth loosens hips, unbuttons sweaters, recalls encounters on the couch, the counter. Cocooned in electric warmth, we swarm space, praying, planning, quieting to whispers, the uncontrollable, and commanding an orchestra of birds and deep breaths, the lullaby we hum ourselves, turning the daylight to darkness with incandescent orbs, tilted onto words, lifting and shifting our thoughts like sand, gnawing on what we knew and didn't for the plow into a puzzled world. But you fill this space like dawn, and I can only smile to see you carry sunflowers, tomato soup, a record, hands forward, always for giving. And I pace between shelves and trunks, pulling folk remedies and fading photos, introducing my memory to you and curling into acceptance. This one's called Washed Up. Waves return him ragged, polished or apologetic, with stories, tall or true. While I live in some waiting form, drop like a burning pan my sense, to drink him like parched soil does rain, a thirst that won't say when. Until I'm driving destruction's wagon, unstrapped, unaware, my belly's growling, beneath howls of haunted hopes he'll return. Ships have passed, I search sand for bottles, hold an ear to shells in pieces like my spirit. Wouldn't know where the wind blew the rest. I walk a path parallel where sea meets sky, an illusion I will never prove by peering into. It is dusk, and I disregard all I don't know, all that's sitting on my soul. I forget what seems flat is really rounding, and all I'm holding I've never touched. called Crossing Carolina. She descended into rolling hills, where land didn't hide itself, but spread into a foreseeable scape. Gradual slopes and grass galore, loblollies whispering a breeze, land asking to be included, but more often paved over. At a home seen from the flat road, I waited. She brought blueberries and beef jerky to sustain our stomachs on a state-long drive, and the gruff harmonies of the Avett brothers to fish out fears and throw them into real time as we sped past ditch-rooted wildflowers, stealing a second of their smell. From Gold Hill to Chapel Hill, where learning was higher, on the Dead Mule porch, we sipped cold beer, listened to the Everybody Fields braid their broken hearts with my glistened hopes of making love last. We took to flatter lands, sloping into a salty sea sticky to our skin, mosquitoes and fuchsia yarn knitted and unraveled under an umbrella staked in sand. I cast it on and off between hot jaunts from sand to water, dipped under and dove into waves lifting towards the moon, our very own magnet tugging at the seas and our sanity. She told me to sing behind the plow, turn boredom into production, turn every finger into a tool, and set my sight for seeing what can be done. And the road home, like a closing parenthesis, let us swallow all we said, trust the detours, and allow our land to rise again. While silent in ourselves, we'd figure how to live, what to do with our feet once the tires had passed them the torch. Thank you.
We are giving away 3 books from Main Street Rag. Compliments of Scott Douglas and Corrie Lynn. So, there's some paper back there if anyone wants to put their name in.